Okay, so we're going to do a balance sheet for Ken's Carpet Cleaning. So we'll start with the heading first. And the company name, Ken's Carpet Cleaning. So that's the who, the what. This is a balance sheet. So that's the name of the report. And the when. Remember, a balance sheet is just the day that it's prepared on. And Ken is doing this on April 30th of the current year. Okay, the left side is going to be the asset side. So we'll start with a nice, let's just label this so we know everything on this side is for assets. And then we're going to come up here and list all of our assets. So cash, petty cash, 2 accounts receivable accounts, supplies, and prepaid insurance. Here's our assets, and here's the amount. And that's what we're going to carry down here. So cash, petty cash, accounts receivable for Betsy Russell, accounts receivable for Charles Healy, supplies, and prepaid insurance. Okay, we're going to take the amount right from the debit portion of the balance sheet section. So let me speed that up a little bit more for you guys. 9,500. Really watch for your slide errors here, you guys. Lots of zeros. 100 for petty cash. First accounts receivable, 1,650. The second one, 1,403. Supplies, 220. And prepaid insurance, 640. This is why it's so incredibly important for you guys to get that adjustment section of the trial balance sheet ironed out. Otherwise, you'll be reporting the incorrect amounts for supplies and prepaid insurance. Okay. So now we can go ahead and single underline here. And we're going to add this up, and you guys won't have anything to check on this total like we did income statement. So just do careful adding. Matter of fact, I recommend adding them up twice and make sure you get the same amount, okay? So I have 13,513 for total assets. So I'm going to write that right below. And I need a label. What does this represent? It represents total assets. Remember, every number on a financial statement has a label, so the reader knows what they're looking at. This left side is done, so now you can double underline this. And now we know what the right side has to total to. Okay, so I'm just going to come up here and make some notes. This is our asset section. Okay. And we have 2 accounts payable. So here's our liabilities section, and that's what we're going to do next. So let's again put a centered heading here for liabilities. And we have 2 accounts. We have accounts payable for Lindgren Supply. And that is 548. And we have accounts payable for Taxes by Thomas. and that one is 111. All right, the liabilities section is ready to be totaled, so a single underline. And then we can do it at math, excuse me, pretty easy addition here. 658, but we're gonna still use that number, so don't underline underneath there, but it does need a label, and this is our total liabilities. Is it not off? On, oh, 111, sorry. Oh yeah, you're right, I did, guys. And so ink pen was not a good idea today for me, but it's just so much easier for you guys to read. Okay, 659, sorry. Total liabilities. I would have found that error when I went to go. You guys could have just let me go, you know, and then I would have not had a balanced balance sheet. But thank you for catching up. Okay, now, here is where we are not going to use this. We need to update the owner's capital account to get the new net worth. And the way we do that is, here's our starting point, 11,810. And then we need to know, what did Ken take away from the business? Took away 855. So we're going to subtract 855. And we'll find out what our little subtotal is here. And that's 10,955. Okay, so I started with this, I subtracted that, and I need to incorporate the net income. Net income increases an owner's net worth, so now we're going to add 1,899 to this to find out what the new updated net worth is. And that is 12,854. Okay. This new updated amount is what I want to report on the balance sheet. So that's the behind the scenes calculation that you guys need to do. If you want to make a connection here so you know what this is, where these numbers came from, okay. So now I'm going to take that 12,000, so that's the new section. So the next section is owner's equity. And I'm just going to report Ken Cherniak. Capital. And I'm going to put my new number in, so that's going to come down here. 12,854. Okay. Now I'm going to single underline because I'm going to add capital plus liabilities together. So 12,854 plus 659 is 13,513. That's exactly what I want it to be. That's what my total assets are. Okay. So 13,513. And what does this total represent? This is total liabilities plus owner's equity. This is a big title, you guys. Total liabilities and owner's equity. Can barely fit that in there. And then I'm going to double underline. Okay. Balanced balance sheet means that both of these amounts are going to be equal. So if it's not equal, a couple of strategies you can do. Make sure that you updated your capital, okay? If this was a net loss, would I add or subtract here, you guys? I would subtract, right? So you'd have to update your capital. If you check that and it's still good, then go over here and make sure that you picked up the supplies. All of your assets came from the balance sheet section. If you took them off the trial balance, these are not going to be equal. So this is not complicated to set up and do, but if it doesn't work out to be equal, then you have to apply some strategies to find out how to make it equal.